rocket like rocket fuel.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ingram. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Here's Jackson to throw. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Jackson on first down, being chased out left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Exit. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Echo. 57.
After the sack on first down, Wilson steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Ravens. He's got daylight. The 20. 10, and this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching him.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Their own 35-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
7-yard line.
280. 57 to Mike. So we got man. Go. Let's go right here.
Throwing on second and 8. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 59 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion. Jackson operating from the gun. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Now Jackson on first down. Snead's got it. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Second and 4 at the 29-yard line.
Jackson now. Dancing to his left. He'll run it. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss.
Let's go, D. Switch.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. It's complete to Snead. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Well, let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. With that incompletion, you know, Charles, one of the big storylines in the final few weeks of the season lies in the AFC South. Tennessee and Houston battling back and forth. Houston won round 1, week 15, a victory in Nashville. But which of those two teams do you think has the potential to go deeper in the playoffs?
Well, Tennessee just lost at home to Houston, and now we'll have to go on the road to play them again in week 17. So I would say, on the surface, you would think Houston. They have the quarterback as well in Deshaun Watson that scares everyone. But I'm picking Tennessee as the team that could go deeper because of their defense. That's really a top 5 defense on any given Sunday.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there.
Bang out. 40.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Pernell McPhee able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep is DeAnthony Thomas. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now it's Jackson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Here's Wilson, buying time to his left. And I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens.
When I see a play like that, come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Now the pass brought in by Roberts. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's Jackson. This one complete to Ingram.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. Check,
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. Roberts got it. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30. Here's Jackson being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On 2nd down now, it's Ingram. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. They'll go with Hill here on first down. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55.
To throw is Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. Now it's Jackson. And now look at him go. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
14. Check 3.
Here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Watch that end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Go 14. We got 3.
They'll indeed go for him with Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson.
Go. Go.
6 guys.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
He can't handle. He's not going to get me. 1 foot, 1 foot. 48.
On third down, Wilson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Matt Judon, his second sack of the night.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Hey, 0, 0, 0.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
Here we go on fourth with Wilson. And the pressure gets to him again. Pernell McPhee. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Check one.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, hold on. 54. Right, 54. Come on, dude.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
I smell fear in that offense.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Wide, get wide. Check.
Right there, 54, right there, right there.
F-O. It's our time. It's our time. Go. Shut up.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He finds Roberts complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab as the Ravens push further out in front. This time, the extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, good move. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
He's going to fire one deep. It's caught at the 10. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jacob Hollister, 54 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Myers connects on the PAT. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's second and 8 at the 20-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. Brought in left side by Snead. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Go, 4 down, 4 down.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Matt Judon bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Go. Check. Undercrush. Check.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson, and he's going to go down again. It's a safety blitz and a sack for Earl Thomas.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
I'm coming after you. Check. Alert. Took right. Right.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win. No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 13-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Check.
Ingram again. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Every yard they gain, getting them better and better field position, and obviously a field goal makes this a 2-score contest. That's really all they need.
And that means for your play caller, he's not looking to the attack portion of his sheet, right? He's looking for, okay, what do we have that's going to keep us in a good spot? No lost yardage plays. Let's kick a field goal, go up 2 scores. If we score a touchdown, great, but that's not what you're really playing for.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
That's the way.
Zebra. Good luck for signals.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Alert. Check right 57. Let's go double count right here, double count.
Throwing now is Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he goes out right around the 39. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
I'm on. 57's right. Watch QB drop. Zebra. Watch QB drop.
Here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Pernell McPhee in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch the run. He's soft, baby. That's a baby soft.
Now Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
57's the mic. Watch 57. What we got? What we got? What we got?
Alert, 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 alert.
57's the mic. 57. Henry. Mike's 57.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Now Myers for the extra point. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Back.
After the penalty, it's Ingram. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
At their 49-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Check. Pick the edge. Come. Kill. Go.
Going again on the ground here with Hill. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A good night from Seattle.
My millennials, I be murdering